The narrative that they have pushed forward in the last 10 years is that there is a relentless assault against black people on behalf of white people. White individuals are actually more likely to be attacked, especially even per capita, by black individuals in this country.
Have you ever wondered what happens when justice stops protecting the people and instead protects the criminals? The attack on the train in Charlotte wasn't just a tragedy, it was a failure of an entire system. A Ukrainian refugee, Irina Zarutka, walking home after her shift at a pizzeria, murdered at random by a man with a long criminal history. At first, the media ignored it. Then, when the video went viral, they blamed everything but the killer. Surveillance cameras, Massachusetts GA influencers, even social media, anything to avoid admitting the truth. This was preventable. The mayor of Charlotte even went so far as to thank her media partners for not sharing the footage, saying she's heartbroken but refusing to villainize the murderer, painting him instead as a victim of homelessness and mental health struggles. Meanwhile, judges and officials let men like him walk the streets again and again. The real question is simple. How many innocent lives must be lost before accountability shifts back to those with power?
And Jones goes on television and calls me a race hustler for even calling out the facts and the specifics around this case.
Welcome to greyBTC. Like and subscribe, it would mean the world to me. I post daily videos on geopolitics, power, money, and the failures of our leaders. When the story finally broke, it wasn't about Irina Zarutka's murder. CNN led with light rail, Axios blamed the rise of surveillance cameras, and the Associated Press barely covered it at all. Reporters insisted crime is falling, even while viral videos show people being assaulted, stabbed, and robbed on America's streets every day. But the truth is, this man should never have been free. His record includes armed robbery and felony larceny, convictions that should have kept him behind bars. Instead, judges kept granting him second chances. And here's where it gets worse. The judge appointed to his case is also a director of a second chance services program, raising serious questions about a conflict of interest. If the same person deciding sentences is also funneling people into her own taxpayer-funded clinic, then this wasn't just incompetence, it was corruption. And what's the mayor's response? We will never arrest our way out of homelessness and mental health. That's not leadership, that's surrender. Safety in Charlotte and in any city starts with making sure dangerous people don't walk free to kill again. But this isn't just Charlotte. New York saw the same thing after the Daniel Penny case. When citizens realized that stepping in to defend a stranger could land them in prison for life, they stop acting, they stop intervening, and predators take notice. So ask yourself, if the system won't punish violent criminals and it won't protect ordinary people, who does it really serve? This isn't an accident, it's policy. From Charlotte to New York, liberal cities are locked into an ideology that protects criminals more than citizens. When President Trump was asked about her murder, he didn't mince words. He said what millions of Americans were already thinking.
So they're evil people. We have to be able to handle that. If we don't handle that, we don't have a country.
But the media didn't quote him on that. Instead, CNN twisted it back into race, accusing Trump supporters of stoking fear of African Americans because the attacker was black and Irina was white. But here's the thing, why can't CNN, or the New York Times, or anyone in the mainstream simply say, murder is bad, period? Why must it always be, yes, murder is bad, but let's blame MAGA, or surveillance cameras, or even the victim herself? And that's the real tragedy here. The people sworn to protect society are the very ones enabling it to fall apart. Judges who free repeat offenders, mayors who call criminals unhoused neighbors, media outlets that bury stories until they go viral online. If Elon Musk hadn't bought Twitter or X, this story would have disappeared like so many others. So the question becomes, if the system doesn't punish the guilty and it doesn't protect the innocent, then who is it really working for? Let me know in the comments. Should judges and mayors be held accountable for the crimes they enable, or is this just the new normal in America?